The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The West do not understand the reason to which we are moving away from them and forming alliance with China. With our history with Yellow Papa, we have never known peace ever since they came in contact with us. These people are always using force on us. They always want to make us look inferior in their presence. And they think that whenever they are with us, we have no other option than to obey. We don't have a say, we don't contribute, we don't have interest because they don't value us. According to Kwesi Pratt, ever since we got to know China, China has never destroyed us. China hasn't colonized us. China is always making sure whatever that they will do is in our interest. They are not people that came into the continent and all they see are people that are less and we have to obey them. They don't impose their system of governance on us or their practices or their beliefs. They allow us to be, always trying to impose and sanction and give us injunctions whenever we are not in agreement with them. That China is not like that. They are different. We saw railways built by Yellow Papa, but these ones are moving from one particular end to the port.
You do this or we sanction you. You do this or we bomb you, and so on. That has been the relationship. The West is bombing democracy into our people and destroying what used to be paradise. They bombed Libya. They destroyed Libya. They killed Gaddafi. And today there is total chaos. On February 24, 1966, the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America overthrew the Nkrumah government. They actually organized the overthrow of the most prominent leader of the African people. They killed Patrice Lumumba. French, Belgium, and other Western intelligence services came together and they killed Patrice Lumumba. They dissolved his body in acid and took out his front teeth as souvenir. This barbarism has never been exhibited by China. Some of the projects that China is embarking upon in Africa are railway lines. Railway lines linking one African capital to the other. That is in our interest. Indeed, I like to look at the railway lines in my own country. And I look at the railway lines in my own country and they tell a story. What is the story do these railway lines tell? They always start from areas of concentration of wealth and end up in the ports. So there's a railway line from the area which has bauxite. It ends up in the port. Railway lines from areas where we have timber. It ends up in the port. Railway lines from the gold mines. They end up in the port. This is symptomatic of the colonial economy, of the new colonial economy. So we did not build infrastructure in order to facilitate exchanges between our people. We did not build infrastructure in order to ensure that we are taking raw materials to areas of production and so on. This is what we want to reverse. And this is what Chinese technology and Chinese finance is helping us to achieve. Then it's important to recognize that China is not holding guns to our heads and telling us that if you need assistance from me, you have to have this kind of government or that kind of government. The West insists that if you want to deal with them, you need to have a certain kind of government. They even go to the extent of determining who should be our leaders even today. So this is the difference between the Western approach to developing relationships with us and the Chinese approach to developing relationships with us. They come with sanctions and injunctions. You do this or we sanction you. You do this or we bomb you and so on. That has been the relationship. That relationship must change and we will definitely ensure that that relationship changes. Because that relationship is not in our interest and that relationship cannot contribute to the building of a new world without a bomb, to the building of a new world in which we all see ourselves as equal partners in the preservation of life. From Chairman Mao to President Xi, they have said that the Chinese model is not a model which should be copied. So China is not imposing its model on us. Of course, China is doing things which can provide inspiration for us. China is doing things which can show us that there's another way and so on. But China has never insisted that any country, any people should copy its model. It's also important to make the point that throughout our history, China has never dropped bombs on us. All the bombs that have been dropped on us, all the guns which have been pointed at us, which have killed our people, are guns from the West. The bombs have come from the West. They have not come from China. Indeed, throughout our history, our people have never been slaves to China. China never enslaved us. China didn't colonize us. China always stood on our side as a friend.
Any rule they built wasn't meant for our good. These rules were meant for them to have easy access to carry their resources out of the continent. They never did anything significant that would be for our benefit. They always come imposing things on us like we are seeing currently happening. Them sending dangerous criminals to Africa. Even these criminals, their home countries rejected them. But they are forcing them on us because if we don't do as they say, this is the consequences of our actions. They never come in here, see us to have interest for them to even respect. They always come imposing everything of theirs on us. And we have to fight to make sure this changes. We cannot continue to allow these people to be doing anything at all they want to us. Africa has become their dumping place that whenever they don't need anything, they bring it down to Africa. Because they know we have weak leaders that will always say yes to them. And that is the reason to which they decide who should lead us. They give us leaders that will be in positions that they can easily control. That is why till date, Africa, we are not having the freedom we are looking for. And these are leaders always stand and defend and protect everything of Jolopopo. If not, as a people as we are, why is it that any other person coming into the continent isn't forcing us? But these ones are always forcing us. They are always meddling in the affairs of Africa, trying to tell us who should be our leader, what we should do, what we should eat. These people practically are always imposing everything of theirs on we the Africans. It's as if the African is just like a tool that they can maneuver and manipulate anyhow they want. We have to fight and get the freedom. We don't have to die as cowards. In this 21st century, we are the only ones that these people are still regulating anyhow because of the weak leaders we have. And it's because of we the youth, we believe in parties instead of the nation. We believe in these democratic leaders. Even when they're going wrong, we are the same people that will come out defending them. We are not looking beyond things that are put before us. We have to fight for freedom. We want people that will come into the continent and respect us. We want our total sovereignty. We cannot continue to be second-class people to others that depend on us for their survival. And we cannot have the raw materials and all that they do is to come here, carry them away. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. in Africa, West Africa, and in Ghana.